we have seen the expressions for displacement, velocity, acceleration, and energy in SLN. Now we want to see some applications of SLN, and one of the application is the simple pendulum. So here we are going to consider the application of linear SLN, simple pendulum. Already we know the difference between simple pendulum and conical pendulum. In circular motion, we have seen the comparison of these two pendulums. In case of conical pendulum, what happens? There is a rigid support from a string, a heavy bob is suspended, and the bob is taken to the same level, and then this bob is whirled in a circular motion. So in this initial position, the length of the string is h, and this length of the string in the deflected position is L. So L is slightly greater than h. Therefore, the string used is slightly extensible. It has elasticity property so that its length increases slightly. So this is called as conical pendulum. The string used for the suspension, it forms a shape of cone, and therefore it is called as a conical pendulum. So that period, the period of conical pendulum, period of circular motion is given by T is equal to 2 pi multiplied by under root the L times cos theta by G, where theta is this angle of deflection. Now in case of simple pendulum, this motion is straight line motion, linear SLN. So this is the circular motion, the string is extensible. In case of simple pendulum, I will show the rough diagram. So this is the initial position, equilibrium position of the bob. It is deflected slightly. So L and L are same. So the string is inextensible. This is the angle of deflection theta. So when the bob is released from A, it passes through C, it goes to the B like this, and it oscillates. It traces the same path, A to C, C to B, B to C, C to A, C, B, B, C, A, etc. So this is the repeated motion along the same path between the two extreme positions about the mean position, about the fixed position. So this is the SLN. So the motion is linear SLN. So string is inextensible, the string is slightly extensible. Motion is linear SLN, motion is circular motion. Period is given by this, period is given by 2 pi multiplied by under root L by G cos theta का total. So unit is second, dimensionally equations are correct. So we have to show that this period of the simple pendulum is 2 pi multiplied by under root L by G. So these are the differences, slightly extensible string, inextensible string. So the small heavy sphere bob is suspended from a rigid support by a light in weight inextensible string, twistless string, then it is called as a simple pendulum. So first we will give the definition of simple pendulum, practical pendulum. Definition: a small heavy sphere. It is also called as the bob of the pendulum. Is suspended from a rigid support by massless, or you can say by light, inextensible and twistless, flexible string is called a simple pendulum. Now we are going to show that the motion of the simple pendulum is linear SHM. So when we show this motion is SHM, there is some condition. So that condition are also given in the question. So question is asked like this: show that for, this is the condition, show that for small amplitude of oscillation the motion of the simple pendulum is linear SHM. So this condition is given in the question. The amplitude of oscillation, now we know the meaning of amplitude. The maximum distortion from the mean position is called as the amplitude, like this. So we have to show that this motion is SHM, and for that purpose I will use separate diagram. So, in the definition of linear SHM, we have seen that when a particle performs SHM, then a restoring force is acting on it. And what is the property of the restoring force? Its magnitude is directly proportional to the displacement from the mean position, and the direction of the restoring force and direction of the displacement are opposite in direction. K is a constant of proportionality, it is called the force constant. Now, this force is also given by mass multiplied by acceleration. So, acceleration F is equal to minus K by M x. This minus K by M we have replaced by omega square, it is a constant quantity. So, either when we are to show that motion is SHM, either we are to show this property: there is a restoring force acting on the pendulum whose magnitude is directly proportional to the displacement and direction is opposite to the displacement, or the acceleration of the bob of the pendulum is directly proportional to the displacement and opposite in direction to that of the displacement. दोघांपैकी कुठली तरी एक प्रॉपर्टी आपल्याला व्हेरीफाय करायची. आपण दोघी प्रॉपर्टी व्हेरीफाय करणार आहोत. या इक्वेशन देखील आपल्याला कशा डिफरन्स आहे the acceleration of a body performing linear acceleration. If we know this equation, then we can find the expression for its period of oscillation. So actually this question is asked like this. Show that for small amplitude of oscillation, the motion of the simple pendulum is linear acceleration and derive the expression for its period of oscillation. जे period का फॉर्म्युला डिराइव करताना आपल्याला हे इक्वेशन यूज करावं लागेल. त्याच्यावर आपण ह्या दोघी प्रॉपर्टी यूज करणार आहोत. So to show that motion is linear acceleration, we will show these properties. अगोदर आपल्याला रिटर्निंग फोर्स कशी प्रोड्यूस होते ते एक्सप्लेन करावं लागेल. So we will use the diagram of simple pendulum like this. Suppose this is a rigid support. This is the point of suspension of a light massless string is suspended from it. So this is the center of gravity of the bob. This position we will call it as a C. This is the deflected position. There is no change in length A. This angle of deflection is theta. So this length is L. This length is L. There is no increase in length. So इथे बघा हा सेंटर ऑफ ग्रेविटी आपण जो तो या लेवल पासून या लेवलला गेला. कोनिकल पेंडुलम मध्ये असं नाही होत. द सेंटर ऑफ ग्रेविटी इज रेज्ड बाय सर्टन डिस्टन्स इन सिंपल पेंडुलम. हा महत्वाचा फरक आहे. नाउ when the in case of simple pendulum, one point is also important. This length of the simple pendulum L is always measured from the point of suspension O to center of gravity. So this distance is called as L, and this L is equal to L plus this distance R. So length of the pendulum, of course simple pendulum L, it is defined as the distance between point of suspension O and CG, center of gravity of the bob, and this L is equal to L plus R, where capital L is equal to only it is the length of the string used for suspension, and R is equal to radius of the bob. Practically, we measure the diameter of the bob by using vernier caliper, and half of the diameter will give the radius. So length of the string plus radius of the bob, it will give the length of the simple pendulum. Now we know the meaning of length of the simple pendulum L, like this. So length is defined like this. Now this OC is called as a equilibrium position. OC is equilibrium position of the bob of a pendulum. Why? Because in equilibrium position, the different forces acting on the bob are like this. M into G is balanced by T, where T is a tension in the string, like this. So the two forces acting on it balance each other. Now what will happen in deflected position? In deflected position OA, the different forces are, if m is the mass of the bomb, then mg is equal to weight, m into g is equal to weight of the bomb, that is gravitational force acting on the bomb in vertically downward direction. So in the deflected portion I will show the this force. It is acting vertically downward, mg. Now if you extend this line, then these are two parallel lines, OC and this is a line intersecting them. So if this angle is theta, then this angle is also theta. This angle is also theta. So mg is resolved into the two component. So that vector resolution we know. If we draw perpendicular on this side, then this component is adjacent to theta and it is called as mg cos theta. It is along OA, away from the center of, away from the point of suspension. So mg is divided into the two components. Mg cos theta, component of mg, component of gravitational force mg acting along O to E, OA, like this. And second component mg sin theta, component of mg acting along, आता mg sin theta चा component आपल्याला figure मध्ये add करायचा आहे. So if we draw perpendicular like this, then this component is mg sin theta. Now see the direction. mg sin theta is directed from A to C, is acting along A to C. So mg is the main force, gravitational force acting on the bomb due to the earth. It is divided into the two components, mg cos theta, mg sin theta. And what is the third force? The third force is a T dash, tension along the string directed from A to O. इथे टेंशन vertically upward direction आहे, इथे टेंशन या inclined direction असणार. So this mg cos theta is directed along OA, away from O, and tension is directed along this. So these two forces will balance each other. आणि फिगर मध्ये हा T dash चा एरो कसा इकडून करणार नाही आपल्याला. हा जेवढा असेल तेवढाच आपण इथे वरती घ्यायला पाहिजे इथपर्यंत. So this is T dash. So T dash must be equal to mg cos theta. समजा टी डॅश ग्रेटर दॅन mg cos थीटा झालं तर काय होईल, टी डॅश लेस दॅन mg cos थीटा झालं तर काय होईल. So if T dash tension in the string is less than mg cos theta, then the string will break and the bob of the pendulum will fall down. No SHM is possible. If T dash is greater than mg cos theta, then the bob will automatically move towards the center, towards the point of suspension O. And therefore, this is not possible. This is not possible. Only this is possible. So the string will oscillate without breaking. The string will oscillate without breaking only when T dash is equal to mg cos theta. So this T dash is balanced by, but T dash balances mg cos theta. So there are total three forces. One is a mg sin theta, second is a mg cos theta and third one is a T dash. So out of these three, आपण आता mg चे दोन कंपोनेंट कॅन्सल म्हणजे mg कॅन्सल करायची गरज नाही. So mg cos theta and T dash, they are equal in magnitude, balances, and opposite in direction, therefore they cancel each other. So what is about mg cos theta? Mg cos theta is not cancelled, is not balanced now because there is no force in this direction. So what is the role of mg sin theta? Therefore mg sin theta is the only unbalanced force acting on bob, due to which the bob restored its equilibrium position OC. So this mg sin theta component provides the restoring force. So restoring force F is equal to mg sin theta. This is equation 1. So when we want to show the motion of any body or particle linear SHM, then restoring force must be acting on it, and that restoring force is given by this equation in case of simple pendulum. Now, due to the restoring force mg sin theta, the bob will come to the point point C, equilibrium position. Now when it comes to the equilibrium position C, theta will become 0. Therefore sin theta will become 0. Therefore restoring force will become 0. So these two forces again cancel in equilibrium position. mg sin theta will become 0. So there is no net force acting on the body. Therefore C is called as the equilibrium position. आता फोर्स 0 असताना हा बॉब इथे स्टॉप व्हायला पाहिजे, पण तो स्टॉप होत नाही. सो व्हेन इट गोज फ्रॉम ए टू सी, इट हॅज acquired the motion, and due to the inertia has very important role in SHM. Due to the inertia, it will continue, the bob of the pendulum will continue the motion after crossing C, and it will go to the another extreme position B. So from A to C, the pendulum moves from A to C due to the restoring force mg sin theta. At C, all the forces will become 0. They cancel each other. Therefore, this is equilibrium position. But due to the inertia, it goes from C to B. Again, at B, you can repeat this mg, then mg sin theta, mg cos theta, mg cos theta like this. This is mg cos theta, this is mg sin theta. This mg cos theta is again balanced by the tension. Same figure can be completed here. कुठेतरी एकच साईडची फिगर द्यायची असते आपल्याला. So again mg cos theta and t dash will get cancelled. So mg sin theta is a unbalanced force acting on the bob. So the bob will restore from B to C. So restoring force mg sin theta, inertia, restoring force mg sin theta, inertia, restoring force and inertia, restoring force and inertia. Because of these two, the bob will perform oscillatory motion. So why the bob has oscillatory motion? Because restoring force and inertia. So same explanation we have seen in the very first lecture, spring pendulum, etc. So the bob has oscillatory motion due to the restoring force and inertia. So I have shown only one position. The bob performs oscillatory motion due to mg sin theta, restoring force, mg sin theta and inertia. So motion is oscillatory. यासाठी म्हटले म्हणजे motion oscillatory असलीच पाहिजे. Even this motion is periodic, so we have to find the expression for the period also, like this. So this is the one part to show that motion is linear SHM. The motion is SHM because restoring force is acting on it. Now use this condition for small amplitude of oscillation. For small amplitude of oscillation, this theta will be small. Theta is very small. If it is less than 5 degrees, then therefore sin of theta, we are using this approximation. Sin of theta is nearly equal to theta in radian. Therefore, the restoring force F is only mg theta. This is the equation 2, where theta is equal to. आता ह्या फिगर ना आपण एवढा पार्ट जर बघितला, so this is the length of the arc AC, this is the radius, and this is the point of suspension O. So this is the angle is equal to arc, length of the arc AC, length of the arc AC upon radius. So we have denoted this length of the arc by x. So x upon L. So if you substitute, then the restoring force becomes F is equal to m into g into x by L. This is the equation 3, but this equation is in magnitude only. Now x is from C to A. We have deflected the pendulum from C to A. So displacement is from C to A, and F is from A to C. So they are in opposite direction. Therefore, F is equal to m into g into x by L with minus sign. This is equation 4 in magnitude and direction. So restoring force has magnitude directly proportional to x, since m, g, L are constant for a given pendulum, and therefore f is directly proportional to x, and f and x are in opposite direction. Displacement is from C to E and force is from restoring force is from E to C. So they are in opposite direction. They are in opposite direction, and therefore the one property we have verified about the restoring force. So motion is linear SHM. Directly we can give the conclusion from this equation also. Since restoring force is proportional to the displacement and its direction is opposite to the displacement, therefore motion is the SHM. So motion of the simple pendulum is the SHM. These two properties shows that motion is a linear SHM. Now why it is called linear SHM? Because when theta is very very small, this arc AC is considered as a straight line. When theta is small, then arc AC is equal to x is a straight line. So the bob performs oscillated motion along the straight line A to C, C to B, etc. And therefore it is a linear SHM. So why it is called a linear SHM? This is the reason. So when the amplitude of oscillation is small, then we are using these two properties. Theta is equal to x by L, and this linear SHM. Why linear SHM? Because when theta is small, this arc, length of the arc is considered as a straight line. So motion is linear SHM. आपल्याला जो वरती क्वेश्चन विचारलेला होता तो हा होता. Show that for small amplitude of oscillation, the motion of the simple pendulum is linear SHM. So we can prove it by this method like this. Now, we have to show that this motion is also periodic motion. SHM multiplies the periodic astar. So we have to prove mathematically the relation for that. Now we have to show that the motion of the simple pendulum is the periodic motion. So we have to derive the equation for this period of oscillation. And last time we have derived this relation. So for linear SHM, period capital T is equal to 2 pi upon under root. We have derived this relation separately. Linear acceleration per unit linear displacement Symbolically, it is equal to 2 pi upon under root. Linear acceleration we have denoted by f, and linear displacement we have denoted by x. यात आपल्याला f by x ची व्हॅल्यू काढावी लागेल. f by x, where f is a linear acceleration. Angular acceleration साठी फॉर्म्युला आपण काय चेंज केला होता? It is the angular acceleration per unit angular displacement. This formula is also used for angular acceleration. Only the change will be angular acceleration per unit angular displacement. So now we know this equation. Equation 4 gives force F is equal to m into g into x by L in magnitude. Sorry, this is equation 3. But F is equal to mass multiplied by acceleration. Therefore, if we combine this equation, then m into F, mass into acceleration, is equal to m into g into x by L. M will get cancelled, and therefore acceleration per unit displacement is equal to g by L. So this is the equation A, this is the equation B. So put B in A. So put B in A. So period capital T is equal to 2 pi divided by under root G pi L. So this L will go up. So this is equal to 2 pi multiplied by under root L by G. So this is the expression for the period. So motion is oscillatory because of restraining force and inertia. Second point, the motion is along the straight line because when amplitude of oscillation is small, then the length of the arc AC is x displacement, it is considered as a straight line. So it is linear motion, linear oscillatory motion, periodic motion, in which restraining force is acting whose magnitude is proportional to displacement x and whose direction is opposite to the displacement x, and that's why it is the linear SHM. So this is the formula for period. Period capital T is equal to 2 pi multiplied by under root L by G, where L is the length of the pendulum. Now, from this equation, we can use some laws. Laws of simple pendulum. Actually, हे लॉग एस सिलेबसला आपल्याला कधी विचारणार नाही ते, पण प्रॉब्लेम सॉल्व करताना आपल्याला लागू शकतात. सो द लॉज आर लाईक दिस. इक्वेशन वरून द्यायची असतात. पिरियड इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू रूट ऑफ एल. पिरियड इज इनव्हर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल टू रूट ऑफ जी. Actually, g is a gravitational acceleration for Earth's surface. Average value we use as a 9.8, but that is not the case. In gravitation last year, we have seen that the value of the gravitational acceleration is not same everywhere on the surface of the Earth. At equator of the Earth, it is 9.83, and at the pole, at the equator it is 9.77, and at the pole it is 9.83, and the average is taken as 9. So as we move from Earth's equator to Earth's pole, North Pole or South Pole, the value of the G goes on increasing, and therefore even on the surface of the Earth G increases. And effect of height and depth तर आपल्याला माहितीच आहे. As height increases from the surface of the Earth, G will increase. As depth increases from the surface of the Earth, G will decrease. On both sides, G decreases. Height increases, G decreases. Depth increases, G decreases. So G is variable. On an average, we are taking it as a 9.8, but it changes from place to place, planet to planet. आपण जर मूनच्या सर्फेसवर गेलो तर ह्या जी ची व्हॅल्यू हार्डली 1/5 असते अर्थच्या ग्रॅव्हिटेशनल एक्सेलरेशनपेक्षा. सो इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन द पोझिशन वेअर वी आर परफॉर्मिंग द एक्सपेरिमेंट, वेअर वी आर मेजरिंग द पीरियड ऑफ ऑसिलेशन ऑफ द दिस. Therefore, this factor is also important. Length. Now, there is no term of amplitude. So it is independent of amplitude, but amplitude should be small. Also, there is no term involved with mass of the bob. M कुठे झालेलं नाही आहे क्वेश्चन मध्ये. So it is independent of amplitude of oscillation. It is independent of mass of the oscillating body. It directly proportional to the length of the body. It is inversely proportional to the root of gravitational acceleration of the body. So these are known as laws of simple pendulum. Now, but to consider one special case of simple pendulum, and that case is of seconds pendulum. So let us see this special type of pendulum called as the seconds pendulum. That second is not related with the time, minute, second, hour, etc. It is related with first, second, third. Second means 2. So a pendulum having period 2 seconds is called as a second pendulum. So definition is like this. A pendulum having period of oscillation period of oscillation 2 seconds is called seconds pendulum. is called second pendulum. Therefore, our second pendulum T is equal to 2 pi multiplied by under root L by D. T is equal to 2 seconds and L is equal to, sometimes we will denote it by Ls is equal to length of the second pendulum. So if we substitute 2 is equal to 2 pi multiplied by under root length of the second pendulum by G. So this 2 will get cancelled, squaring. So 1 is equal to pi square into Ls upon G, and therefore length of the second pendulum Ls is given by G by pi square. So the length of the second pendulum also depends upon the value of G. Pi is constant, so this expression for the length of the second pendulum is also required. It depends upon G only. Now, if you substitute this value, G on an average it is 9.8 on Earth's surface and pi square is equal to 9.87. So this is 9.80, this is 9.87. This is nearly 1. The accurate value by log it is equal to 0.9928 meter on Earth. On the surface of the Earth, we take the average value of gravitational acceleration as 9.8. So this is 9.8, this is 9.87. So length of the second pendulum on the surface of the Earth is 0.9928 meter. If when we use the second pendulum on the surface of Moon, then G will become nearly 1/5. Therefore, length of the second pendulum will also become nearly 1/5 of this value. So it will be, I think, approximately 0.19 something meter. After 19 to 20 centimeter आसपास आपल्याला लेंथ मूनच्या सरफेसवर यूज करावी लागेल. So this is about the article application of linear SHM as a simple pendulum. So simple pendulum, the motion is linear SHM. All the property of the linear SHM verified. It is oscillatory motion, it is periodic motion. Period is given by 2 pi multiplied by under root L by G. So oscillatory motion, periodic motion, motion along the straight line like this. So all these properties are verified, and therefore motion in linear SHM whose period is given by length of the second pendulum is also known like this. Now next time, first we will solve the problem on energy in SHM and this simple pendulum, and then we will go for angular SHM. Angular SHM हा completely वेगळा पार्ट येतो. त्याचा पण एक ॲप्लिकेशन आपल्याला व्हायब्रेशन ऑफ बार मॅग्नेटचं बघायचं आहे, जसं आपण इथे सिम्पल पेंडुलमचं बघितलं तसं. So first we will complete the linear SHM with problem, and then we will go for angular SHM. Okay, we will stop here today.